everyone, my name is Christiana. I get asked a lot how to relieve shoulder pain. So shoulders including the front of the shoulders, so the chest, the surrounded area, including the pectoralis muscles, as well as the delts on the sides and tops of the shoulders, and then even into the back side of the shoulders, so the shoulder blades, the rhomboid muscles in between the shoulders, and the surrounding area. So the shoulder girdle actually comprises of more than just the tops of the shoulders as you may think. And then as well as muscles from the neck tie into the shoulder girdle, so you might be feeling strain in the neck as well. As always, make sure you're cleared by a doctor before any physical activity. And if you have a shoulder injury, it doesn't mean that doing yoga is going to help you heal that injury just because your shoulder hurts. Definitely see a doctor or physical therapist to get that looked at. By any means, I'm not a doctor and I do not recommend that this shoulder kind of series will heal your shoulder pain or injury, but more so to relieve tension and stress and soreness in the muscles. So the prop that I'll use for today is a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can do without it, or you can use a belt, a scarf, or even a t-shirt grabbing onto the arms of the t-shirt. So something like that, you get the idea. So we're going to start just in a kneeling position. The breath is super important to relieve that tension from the shoulders. Bring the arms up above the head, start to interlace the fingers, flip the palms up towards the sky. I'm pressing down through my sit bones and I'm reaching up, finding length on the sides of my body. From here, I'm just going to gently rock from side to side. Inhale over to one side, exhale over to the other. Now reaching my hands back up, I'm going to take my left hand to the outside of my right ear. I'm going to release my right hand down to the side and anchor it to the floor. I'm going to lean my left ear to my left shoulder. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, reach your right hand further away from the body or add just a little bit more pressure of the hand onto the neck. It might be enough to do even without the hand, just leaning the ear towards the shoulder. Feel free to pause the video at any time to hold for as long as you want, because I will be moving through these kind of fast. Re-extend both arms above the head and switch. Right hand to left ear, and release that left hand down, lean the ear to the shoulder. Breath in, breath out. Now I'm going to release both hands and gently roll the neck side to side. If it feels good, full circles through the neck. Interlace the hands behind the head. Bring the chin into the chest. Lift the elbows up towards the sky as the chin comes down, getting a stretch along the back side of the neck. I'm going to turn around so you can see this next series. I'm going to bring my hands out to the side, creating a T shape. My thumbs are pointed down. From here, I'm going to wrap my hands behind. This might be where you stay today. If you're looking for more, you can grab onto the elbows. If you're looking for more, you can interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms, and start to open up the chest this way. So lots of different variations. Hold for a few breaths, at least 3. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands here. Find some rolls back through the shoulders and then some rolls forward. Extending both arms up above the head. I'm going to take my right hand, bend the elbow, send it to my left shoulder. Here my left hand is going to come onto my right elbow. I'm going to gently tuck my ribs forward so I'm not arching into my low back. This might be where you stay. If you're feeling no sensation here, take that left hand, thumb points down, swing it back behind you. Here you might touch the fingertips already. You might grab onto your shirt, or you might use the strap here, holding it into the right hand, grabbing the left. So again, there's lots of options here. I'm going to re-tuck my ribs. And option 1 would be just staying here, hand on elbow. And then option 2, you can increase as you get better. Remembering to never force yourself into anything, and just with time, you'll gain more flexibility. Definitely a good one to work every single day. Slowly start to release and switch. And both sides may differ. So you might have just hand on elbow on one side, but you might be able to find the double bind with the hand back behind on the other side. Taking full breaths in, deep breaths out, breath in, breath out. So this is a good one to get into the triceps, into the area around the armpits, the delts, the lats. Slowly start to release and just shake it out, sway from side to side. We'll come into eagle arms now, which is going to really work to stretch the muscles along the back sides of the shoulder blades. So extending the arms out, I'm going to send my left arm under my right. I might just grab the shoulders here and guide the elbows away from the chest, or I might find a half wrap, the back of the hands together, or maybe a full wrap, bringing my palms together. So lots of options here. Wherever you are, if you need just a little more sensation, send the elbows away from the chest. So notice first I was here, but now I'm creating space. Really allowing the shoulders to come away from one another and finding more space. Deep breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Hold for as long as you'd like. Unwinding from this, I'm going to switch. Opposite arm goes underneath, finding the wrap that's appropriate for this side and breathing into it. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Unwinding from this, shaking out the shoulders. I'm going to bring the hands back behind me as if they're in my back pocket. Start to squeeze the elbows, really squeezing the shoulder blades. Just gently lift the chest for a back bend. Opening up the chest, the area across the collarbones. Exhale, come forward. And then grab onto your strap. I'm going to hold the strap above my head. Again, if you don't have a strap, just pretend like you do, or use a shirt, a towel, a belt, etc. Start to lean over to your right. Notice my body staying in one plane, so I don't have one shoulder in front of me or behind me, but rather I'm just leaning to the right as if I have a wall right in front of me and behind me, and I can only lean to right and left. Back to center, over to the other side. And then I'm pulling on the strap as if I'm trying to break the center of it, or like I'm playing tug of war with myself. Coming back forward, I'm going to start to bring the hands back behind me. If it's too hard, take the hands wider, or just work in the area that you have. So maybe today you're coming in front of the chest and you're just going here. Or maybe you're able to go all the way down. Again, never want to force, especially in these motions. If you're not feeling any tension at all, just bring the hands a little closer together. From here, I'm going to release the strap. That's a good one to do about 5 rounds through, back and forward, back and forward. Last one here, coming into a tabletop pose. I'm going to bring my right hand right underneath the face, extend my left arm up to the sky, circle out the wrist with my fist, and then create big circles, one forward and one backwards. And then I'm going to re-extend up to the sky and thread the needle. So my left hand's going to go all the way over until my left ear comes to the mat. And if your left ear isn't there yet, just keep reaching the arm over and leaning forward. Here I can straighten my right arm towards the top edge of my mat. And deep breaths in and out. Coming out of this, my right hand comes back under my face, lift my left arm up and switch it out. Extend the right arm up to the sky, circle out the wrist. Big arm circle forward and backwards. Re-extend up towards the sky and then thread over and through. The top of my hand rests onto the mat and I'm extending my left arm forward towards the top edge of my mat. And take big breaths in. And out, and in, and out. Left hand comes back down, right arm re-extends. Come back to a tabletop. From here, I'm just going to posture. Take a couple rolls back, couple rolls forward. There's tons and tons of things you can do to get into the shoulders. Those are just some shoulder openers. Working with some mobility and some stretching as well as just opening. Feel free to give me more requests on different areas of the body that you want. I'll encourage you to rest in a Shavasana for a couple breaths after this, or just take a simple seated meditation, closing the eyes, taking 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let all that tension and stress go, dissolving off the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.